Yo guys, what's up? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Toy Paradise. As you saw, unfortunately we could not make it to the QuiCon this year in time, which kind of sucks, but in the long run kind of is great because we got to save some money. The cutoff date was at 3 to actually buy the tickets to enter. For Sunday, the end of it was 5, so that gave you a 2 hours cushion. One of was waiting for one of my friends, one of my brothers, who got off of work at 2. By the time we got there, it was 3:10. Things happen, understandably. So with that being said, as you saw, we did get to hit up, I got to go to Walmart Pro City, IA Best Buy, 808 Collectibles down the street in Pro City, and we did end up at Bookoff. Before the reveals, let me remind you, the rest of this year will be pretty damn busy. I believe May 7th is going to be the sometime in May we're going to have a I think it's the Alamoana Toy and Comic Collectors. I believe so. It's at the Alamoana Hotel usually. Usually about 50 vendors. This week, Saturday, unfortunately I won't be going. At Pearl Ridge they're going to have a comic and collectors expo just for Saturday because Sunday is Easter, so happy Easter to you all. I believe in June we're going to have a Super Saturday at the Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, so I will be hitting up one of those days. Pretty excited. Also, I found out that sometime this year, Comic-Con Honolulu will be back. We'll be trying to get to that on the last day. Maybe. Or maybe all 3 days, 2 days maybe. We'll see. As well as Amazing Comic-Con will be back in Hawaii this year. So yeah, lots and lots to do, lots and lots to come is happening. Oos Wrestling's next show is in June 15th, I believe. Excited for that. Last show blew it out of the water. I did get a mail order yesterday, and I believe I should be getting a mail order today or tomorrow sometime. Okay, the Transformers from one of my other videos I talked about. FedEx lost. So Hasbro Post, I've been talking to them, was very nice to resend another box. So they sent it out today, so hopefully if all goes well, possibly Saturday, maybe Monday or Tuesday. If all goes well. So, lots of things happening. I've been pre-ordering a lot of things. It's a crazy time. I'm waiting for my tax returns to order something very special. You guys will get to see it once I order it and it comes in. I can't wait for that. As far as what I picked up at all four of these, well, before we get to that, I will be working on Easter Sunday. However, I have Wednesday, Thursday off. So I will be trying my best to maybe get down to Pearl Ridge, check out Bookoff, Hawaii Collectors, every other thing we can think of. Maybe Wednesday. It's a busy week, just as it's going to be a busy year. So much things happening. So, with that being said, at Bookoff, I got a little lucky. There are still stuff I want at Bookoff. It's the expensive stuff stuck in the case. So I am not in a real rush to get them. But I seen this and I had to get it. Molly Ringwald, Samantha Baker, Hot Topics exclusive from 16 Candles. This will definitely fit on or fit in with my movie Pops collection. I love 16 Candles. I loved Breakfast Club. There were great movies for his time. So these are the people that they only had 4 members. Samantha Baker, Ted, the Geek, Jake Ryan. For some reason I feel like his name's been used in another movie or so. And the best character of all, the little Asian kid, Long Duck Dong. So if you've been watching, I am a huge 80s, 90s movie fan. I do love a lot of the new stuff. But I definitely want to try and collect some of the characters I grew up with. Just to, it's a great conversation starter. If you've never watched 16 Candles, you definitely have to. It is a great comedy, great love story. I think it still holds up in today's society. But out of all the 4 characters, I definitely wanted Samantha Baker, or I kind of do want Long Duck Dong. And yes, his last name is Dong, D-O-N-G. I mean, it tells you a lot of what 16 candles is. Unfortunately, that is the only thing I saw that was outside of the glass case that I wanted. Win-win. Got Samantha Baker. Didn't spend a lot of money. On the other hand, Art and Dean 808 Collectibles. I knew exactly what I was going to spend money on. Unfortunately, Art added in a little something else. So, Lex Luthor. It is the Marvel Pops Heroes Superheroes. It's Lex in his battle armor. So there is two Lex Luthors. This one and one in a suit that's from the Smallville show. Honestly, I want both. So, not sure. I'm hoping everything goes well. For the Funko Pops, what I want from DC is just to get the Pops I want, which will create my version of the Legion of Doom, which is literally almost the Legion of Doom from the cartoon series back in the 80s. Almost. As well as a version of the Suicide Squad. And for that, I wanted Bane. Again, Pop Heroes, DC Superheroes. This one is exclusive to the DC Legion of Collections. So there are several Bane characters out there. The most visible one that you will see is the arcade, or not the arcade, the Arkham Asylum series. The other one that you'll see is the Mexican with all the pretty colorful designs. I wanted this one with the mouth fully covered and the zipper on his head, because it looks like the Bane I am more acceptable to. Oh, and Lex is of course the same, exclusive DC Legion of Collectors. So yeah, with the Marvel collection, it's mostly Spider-Man, but I'm trying to collect certain things. Like, I might make an X-Men, a small X-Men group. I have the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I have a couple characters away from each. Mostly Spider-Man. DC, I'm kind of focused on a Legion of Doom and a Suicide Squad. So the one pop I did not think I'd be buying at 808, Rick O'Connell from the Mummy movies, Pop Heroes. So another one of my movie collection for Funkos. So I believe this, as of right now, is the only Brendan Fraser pop. And that's kind of why I wanted it. I like the Mummy movies. It's not one of the must-have movies for me. However, Brendan Fraser is an icon. I can name like a ton of movies I love from him, like George of the Jungle, Encino Man. So I like the Alan Parrish pop. I needed to get a Brendan Fraser pop, just as I needed to get a Robin Williams pop. Both artists, to me, has had me laughing and entertained. If, and I say this, if, so as I was saying, with Robin Williams, the pop I would have loved to get is Mork from Mork and Mindy, as well as Mork was created on Happy Days. For those of you who don't know, Mork and Laverne and Shirley were characters that appeared on Happy Days before they had their own TV series. Just as, if you don't know, Perfect Strangers had Harriet and Carl from Family Matters, and they literally took those two characters and made their own show from it. But everybody should have a Robin Williams and a Brendan Fraser pop. So the last pop that I picked up from 808 is an entertainment exclusive and something I didn't know I needed until it came out. It is another Pops Movies, although it won't be with my movie collection. A blacklight Godzilla pop. So, unlike other pops, this is just one full character. There is no bobblehead, there is nothing. It's pretty cool because it has the Monsterverse symbol. I am a huge Godzilla fan, thanks to my grandpa. Before he passed when I was 5, one of the things my grandpa wanted for me is because he knew here I'd be, living the American dream. I'd be very American cultured. I have everything American. So what he wanted me is to introduce me to my Japanese culture. So one of my grandpa, love his soul, was a huge Cowboys fan. Not the football game or football Cowboys. Cowboys and Indians. He had a lot of comics of cowboys. So he kind of introduced me, well, both my grandpa and grandma would always make sure their grandchildren would understand boys and girls there, would have some understanding of the culture of the Japanese people, have some understanding of what my grandfather went through during, the wars and whatnot, what some of my uncles have gone through in some of the wars. One of the biggest things my grandfather did was introduce me to this thing. And from there, everything blew up. So my grandfather introduced me to Godzilla. He introduced me to comics, which introduced me to Marvel, DC. Because of my love for the Japanese culture, I was introduced very early to anime, like black and white TV anime. So a lot of who I am is actually, or a lot of what I like is actually from my grandfather saying, "You damn kid will learn your culture of, you know." I have literally 5 nationalities in me. So I'm a mixed bag. Here in Hawaii we call it a poi dog for some strange reason. But my grandfather really knew that no matter what, I'd be growing up in the American society and American culture, but also wanted me to experience as much as the Japanese culture that he knew, which I can't tell you how very thankful I am. I did forget with Rick, there is 3 characters for the mummy. Rick, his wife, Evelyn, and the mummy himself. So that's pretty much what I bought. It wasn't a huge thing, but it kind of was. Like I said, this week, I can't make any promises, but I'm definitely going to try and get out and maybe see a few stores. Like I said, there is things I ordered that is coming in. There's things I need to order. There is events coming up that I kind of don't want to order and save my money for. Still fixing the damn room. Hopefully within 3 weeks, most of it should be finished. I'm hoping. And then I can start putting up all of my pops and a few extra stuff so you guys can check out my collection. And hopefully we can get back into doing some things on the books, because there are some things I need to show you guys, and there are some things I think you guys would certainly love to check out. My room is a mess, however, which sucks. I do have few things coming for retro, which I need to do. Few things for video games, which I need to do. And all of this and work. Woohoo! So stay tuned. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for following me. A lot of the Pops collections are getting close to being done. But as we know as collectors, that doesn't mean anything. So thank you for spending at least half an hour of your time with me. Have a great day. Take care. Aloha. I'll see you in a few days. I think the next thing will be a mail call, a mailbox, the Demon's mailbox, and I will have 2 G.I. Joe classified figures for you. Then the next thing after that should be the Transformers Masterpiece, and then hopefully we'll see if we have time or what happens on Wednesday and Thursday. Again, happy Easter. See you guys soon. And for those wondering, it won't stay there, but you can see the top 2 shelves are Star Wars Black, and the bottom 3 are G.I. Joe Classifieds. I think I'll be finished with Star Wars Black maybe in a few years. G.I. Joe Classifieds, possibly not. Laters, guys.